blowing off the hook, so to speak. And,
was there oddly a silver lining in that? You must have realised how many friends and people you had, and did you have loads of people?
I was so touched by, ex-colleagues I've seen for 20 years. My wife's girlfriends have moved to India. We're watching it on News 24, and they rang from there. Wow. So, but I saw a bit of it online, and if you ever want to see your own epitaph, I know what it's like now.
Oh, no.
So, it's really weird. You just see your face, and the journalist is talking to your agent about it. So, please God, that doesn't happen for quite a few years yet, but no. It was an ear infection, I'm fine.
When do you get back on stage, then?
Luckily, I've got 2 weeks off, so ironically, no shows have to be cancelled except the one that evening, but I'm back on Monday in Lichfield, so...
and it's called, what's the play called?
The Business of Murder.
Business of Murder.
What's it about?
Oh, I love a murder mystery.
It's a murder. I'm playing it... I play a hard-nosed cop, 70s-style cop, a bit like Jack Regan type thing, I suppose. And it's a murder mystery between 3 people, so we've got about 500 lines each, just to keep you happy. And God, we've got another 4 dates, and they're all split up. I think we're in Richmond at the beginning of May, and then I think we go on to Worthing, and in between that we're in Chelmsford and Eastbourne. I remembered. I remember. But no, I'm loving it. The stage acting is absolutely fantastic. It's completely different.
It's flexing different muscles, is it, than it would be for like all the TV characters that we've known you from, EastEnders and The Bill,
for such a long time, So I thought, am I going to like this? You go through your first night, but you get a good bond with your actors, and oh, I love it.
The first night's a bit scary, though, isn't it? When you haven't done it for a while and you stand there thinking, I have voluntarily put myself in this situation.
Well, especially only 3 of them on there.
Yeah, exactly. So you've really got to be on the ball completely with each other. But then actors do that every time at a stage play. And why am I putting myself through this again? But you do it because you love it, and I've been doing it since I was a nipper,
Yeah, I mean, it's been your life, hasn't it? And we all got to know you through Grange Hill, sort of initially. And how did you feel when you heard that was being taken off after, is it 30 years?
30 years, exactly, which is quite depressing and frightening, really, where all the time goes. But I sort of knew. Last year I went back to play Uncle Tucker.
Oh, no.
And, yes, I did. And I've got a nephew at the school, so I did that, and there were serious rumours going around that this was going to be the last one. So, quite aptly, I was in the first one 30 years ago, and the last one, 30 years later.
Do you think it's sad, Todd, that there's not an audience for it so much anymore?
But it's a reflection of the time, doesn't it? We have multi-channel media and all that kind of business. And I think if it were to show what happens in comprehensive schools now, it would have to be shown at 1 o'clock in the morning, never mind after the after
Well, we've got Waterloo Road as well, though, haven't we, of course?
Yes, my Waterloo Road.
Of course, absolutely so. But
just hitting it a little bit harder, maybe.
But doing, hit a little bit harder. But doing that, the acting, and I've also gone behind the camera as well and did a bit of directing for The Other Side. I did something for Doctors. I know it's The Other Side, so sorry.
It's all right. Sorry. Did you, Todd?
I did it last year, yeah, and I got the call a couple of weeks back. Do I want to go back again in May? So as soon as I finish in The Business of Murder in May, I'll have a couple of days off and then back up to direct again, and I loved it. And if I'm lucky and my mates at the British Youth Film Association get their money together, which I think they will, I'll be directing my first children's feature film in the summer.
Good for you.
The diary's pretty full, so I just want to keep fit.
Outside of work, we were talking about this, if you considered yourself to have an average life, an ordinary life outside of acting?
I watched some of the show earlier. I mean, I've got 2 children, 3 dogs, and a wife-to-be for the last 15 years. We haven't got married yet, but we'll get around to it one of these days. So I suppose I'm pretty 2.4-ish, so,
So you think it's possible to have an ordinary, average life even though you're working in show business?
Not necessarily, no. I mean, if I was a 9 to 5 and I was working around the corner, then fine. But, as Angela said earlier, as an actor,
just don't know where you're going to be.
You don't know where you're going to be, whether it be film, theatre, or whatever side of the camera you want to be. But
so you're 85% average.
Well, 85% average.
That's not bad, is it?
Average,
but
normal.
your wife's not in the business.
Well, she used to be a child actress, but
did she?
I think she would like to. But I mean, we've got a production company. We're hoping to make her first couple of short films.
Well, listen, we're just happy that you're well and healthy and came here to set the record straight. And best of luck with The Business of Murder. As you said, Lichfield, March the 3rd, it's back on the road, isn't it? Thank you very much, Todd Carty. We'll be back at 12:30 tomorrow, and we can guarantee you more of the same from the Loose Ladies. Have a great day.